Hi, friends, and welcome. Thank you for joining us on Navigating the Now. Here, two friends navigate life's challenges and complexities as Christian women, mothers, and wives. So come sit with us. We hope you enjoy today's episode. Welcome, everyone. I'm Christine.
And I'm Michaela.
And this is Navigating the Now. We're so glad you joined us on our podcast as we navigate our way through life. Before we release our first ever official episode tomorrow, we wanted to introduce ourselves and let you know what you can expect to hear during our episodes. Well, one day I texted Michaela and I was like, dude, crazy idea, podcast. And
I was like, I have no idea how to do a podcast, but let's do it.
So we had to figure out logistics since we live in different states, but I am a bit of a nerd and Michaela is an organizational guru, so we knew we could make it work.
So what our listeners can expect to hear on our podcast is just two friends having conversations where we talk about many different facets of life, being young, married, Christian, working mothers, and all that entails, and living through what that looks like, and hopefully others can relate to that too. Our goal is not necessarily to dive into deep Christian theological discussions, although that is something you'll hear us talk about from time to time as we actively live out our faith, but we simply just want to come and talk through our similarities and our differences on things that we're currently navigating, such as marriage, motherhood, careers, and all the other things that life has to offer. And then from there, we'll take it a step further and explore how our perspectives on these certain experiences in life have changed over time. Taking our past plans for our future, comparing them with how we're currently navigating through these seasons of life now, today, that we're in the midst of it, living it in the 21st century. And so the name Navigating the Now was born.
So, a little bit about us, who we are. My name is Christine. I was born and raised in Florida. I attended Virginia Military Institute, where I majored in English. I commissioned in the National Guard, and now I live in Michigan. Been married for 6 years now. I have two girls. I work in the information technology industry, and I grew up Protestant, but am now Catholic.
Yeah, so I'm Michaela. I grew up just outside of Richmond, Virginia. I also attended VMI, Virginia Military Institute, and I got my bachelor's of science in civil and environmental engineering. I now live in Roanoke, Virginia, and I work full-time as a bridge inspector. I've been married for 5 years to my husband, who's a worship pastor, and together we have one son. And just a little bit about my religious background. I grew up going to Baptist churches primarily, where I came to know Christ at a young age. And our church now is more of an Anglican background that we attend. But I also lead the women's ministry at my church too. So that's a really unique perspective, stepping stone in my faith journey. So Christine, do you want to tell them how we met?
Yeah, absolutely. Like we said, we both went to Virginia Military Institute. Our freshman year there, we didn't really have a choice as to who we got as roommates, but our sophomore year, we could pick. And so we really didn't know each other that well, but we ended up rooming together essentially to fill a requirement of to have the right number of people in your room. And we became good friends. We remained good friends throughout the rest of our time in college. And since graduation, even though we live great distances away, we still remain close friends.
Yeah, we've been in each other's weddings. We've been pregnant at the same time together. We've figured out marriage. We've navigated friendships as adults, and raising kids and working full time together.
So we are so very excited for this podcast, and we hope that you as our listeners can relate to us in a very real and practical way as we navigate the now. We'd love to hear from you guys. We have a website where you can find all of our episodes, and you can find them on other streaming platforms as well. Well, that's our podcast in a nutshell. We hope you enjoy listening to us and join us as we navigate the now. Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you would like to share your thoughts, please visit our website at www.navigatingthenow.show. Until then, we'll see you next time.